Good morning, it's Jacob from Go Industrial. Today we're out here at the City of Moreton Bay Depot and we're installing a new 5,500 litre self-bunded AdBlue tank. The aim of the game is to provide safe, compliant and efficient bulk storage of AdBlue for the various plant and equipment here at the depot. There's a couple of key challenges to storing bulk AdBlue. If the AdBlue or diesel exhaust fluid reaches temperatures over 30 degrees, it can actually start to decompose the material into ammonia, making it super inefficient for vehicles. Once it reaches temperatures also under 11 degrees Celsius, it can introduce crystallization, which is not good for any type of fluid system. Both scenarios can lead to damaging a vehicle's expensive selective catalytic reduction system, which can lead to a lot of downtime across the fleet and costly repairs. The other challenge we face with bulk storage of AdBlue is what are we going to contain this thing in? We have the option of plastic and poly, which we see out there in the field quite a lot. Poly or plastic is susceptible to cracking and leaking over time, just due to the harsh UV of the sun. So for a long-term asset like a council or a transport or refueling facility, we've opted for our self-bunded tank design. Our tanks are purpose-built with a robust design. We have a carbon steel Q235 outer tank for structural integrity, and we have an inner tank, which is 304 stainless steel. AdBlue is a very corrosive material, and we also want to ensure that we don't have those temperature highs or temperature lows. Keep it as stable as possible. We also have our coveted self-bunded tank design, so for whatever reason, if the outer tank is pierced or compromised, could be plant or equipment that accidentally hit the outer tank, we're not going to have AdBlue spills, especially when we're storing 5,500 litres. It's also a big tick for environmental compliance and safety. Our self-bunded tanks are designed to meet Australian standards of AS 1940 and AS 1692. For this refueling facility for City of Moreton Bay, we have the entry driveway, which trucks, utes, plant and equipment can access easily from the main road. First, we have a reconditioned diesel self-bunded tank, which we actually pull back into our workshop, fitted out with new pumping, filtration and dispensing equipment, and have plonked it straight back out on site. We've designed these tanks to run in tandem, which we now have the 5,500 litre AdBlue tank at the front. So that way operators will be able to fill up with diesel as well as fill their AdBlue tanks in tandem, which is increasing efficiency without having the tanks too far away from each other. To mention also, we try and keep these systems as smart as possible. So we have the iFuel fuel management system fitted to both the AdBlue and diesel tank. Our iFuel fuel management system is a cloud-based software that allows real-time reporting and dispensing data to individual plant, equipment and vehicles. That can then be accessed in real time to see the level of the tanks, how much is being dispensed of both AdBlue and diesel, giving much greater transparency for fuel reconciliation across the entire Moreton Bay depot. All the City of Moreton Bay's depots are running the same iFuel fuel management system, so regardless of where vehicle and plant are located, they can track that dispensing data and storage data in real time, making cost reconciliation an easy exercise. It's all about turning fuel from a liability into a managed asset. So let's jump straight into what actually makes up an AdBlue tank in terms of componentry, and I'll give you a brief rundown on how the system works. We're inside the lockable pump bay, and going from right to left, we start with our fill point. This is a cam lock fitting that the AdBlue delivery drivers can attach to fill up the tank. There's an automatic tank level gauge, and there's also a high level alarm at the top of the tank. That will fire off for whatever reason if the driver is overfilling the tank. As the AdBlue is dispensed into the tank and it's filling, we have a Calpita AdBlue submersible pump, which will then pump the AdBlue or DEF fluid down into a Y strainer, which is picking up any sediment if it somehow works its way into the system. Once it comes out of the Donaldson AdBlue filter, we then hit our 2 electric actuated solenoid valves, which come back to and are triggered by our fuel management system that's hanging off the diesel tank in this case. So the operator will come along, they'll plug in their odometer, their employee number, and they'll choose from dispensing points 1, 2, 3 or 4. 1 and 2 are for diesel, 3 and 4 are for AdBlue. That'll then trigger these valves to switch on our FlowMech pulse meters, triggering then the AdBlue nozzles on sides 3 and 4. For whatever reason, if there's a power outage or the fluids management system goes down, there is also a manual override on the control box where the operator can come along with a key and they can trigger on, again, those pumps 1, 2, 3 and 4 and are still able to fill up their plant and equipment with no downtime whatsoever. Last but not least, we have our automatic tank gauge, which gives us that information to see how much is in the tank, how much is left. And this information, again, is being correlated by our fuel management system, which then will speak to the AdBlue supplier or the diesel supplier to be able to come along and fill up these tanks to a set level whenever they're needed. I hope you learned something new today about the bulk storage of AdBlue or diesel. If you're after a home-based refueling facility like this, get in touch with the team at Go Industrial through our channel partners, CA Petroleum. We're more than happy to come and scope out your site, put together a package that's going to work for your tailored needs, and ensure that our site team get there to commission and install it with all the training that your operators deserve. Thanks so much for watching, and we'll catch you in the next one.